And welcome to the channel, everybody. How's it going tonight? Let's see, we got the egg in the house already. We got Susan Morana. Been a while since I've seen you. And Vitalik. Gonna be driving it and listening. No problem, my man. Hopefully you're being safe. So how's everybody doing tonight? I did take last night off. I had some things I had come up that I had to deal with. A little bit on the personal side, so no big deal, but definitely needed a little bit of time. But I figured since we're back tonight, let's go ahead and push a little bit of Battlegrounds. We did get the next set of, daily tasks. Well, bi-daily task every other day, however you want to put it. Dark Nick, how's it going? Nice to see you. So I figured we might as well get in here and get some progress made. How much progress we're going to make, who knows? We may just get in here and just get matches forfeited left and right. Could be one of those nights where our deck is just big enough to get people to walk away. Or it could be one of those nights where smaller decks kick my ass. Who knows? We never know. Dadgum Bobby. He is consistently inconsistent. Okay, MCOC, how's it going, my man? Nice to see you. Get rid of... You got some, interesting rank-up choices here. Looks like it's tied 10-10 Rams-Bears. Ooh. And like I said, we could have some quitters right away. I'm doing good, Nick. How about you? Halftime as well. I will say, I didn't watch any of the games yesterday, but I did keep track of the score on the Broncos game. And of course, they went into the half up 20-10. And, there was one point that I thought that the Broncos were going to get up 3 touchdowns on the Bills. And, I just, I was kind of surprised to see what that final score was, to be truthful. Do you think the traffic light colors look beautiful at night, Wolf? I've never really looked at the traffic lights as beauty. But beauty can be found in all things, so... possibly? Very uniquely interesting question. Not one I've ever honestly considered in my, to be honest with you. There's a lot of things that I find beautiful. Traffic lights have never been one that I've ever thought about. It's not in the context of an actual traffic light. So, how is everybody doing tonight? The starting quarterback broke his ankle this last game for the Broncos. Did not see that. Was not up on it. Could definitely be a factor going into this next game. Hopefully it's not. I'm not sure how good their backup is. Obviously, they won the game. Swiss Beach, Thomas Burley, how's it going, my man? Get through this draw and then I'll... one thing I want to promote out tonight. Just give me a minute. I want to get through this and see how we do on that, and then we're gonna promote a couple things. The reason I ask is because I was talking about traffic light colors with my work colleague. I guarantee that's not why you were talking about traffic light colors, more than likely. But, okay. Have fun with that. Sounds like you were talking about the unfortunate events of Mr. Bo Nix. I'm guessing that's exactly what I was talking about. Or maybe not. I don't know. Honestly, you know what, guys? Like, it is one of those things. I grew up playing football. I was a huge fan of football for many, many, many years. And then I did fantasy football for a couple seasons. And during the time that I did fantasy football, I got even more passionate about the game. And then my league went to absolute shit due to some personal conflicts. And it really kind of soured a lot for me. So I kind of stopped watching football, and I remain a casual fan. But casual in the way that, like, I get updates on how the Broncos are doing, and for the most part, I really just don't have a clue as far as who's playing, who's what. I don't know. I still, you know, at the end of the day, for very personal reasons, I would absolutely love to see the Broncos win, make it all the way to the Super Bowl, and win. Because I do live in Seattle now, I wouldn't mind seeing it being the Broncos and the Seahawks, especially if the Broncos win. Especially considering how badly it went the last time they met. And if anything can happen to make sure the Patriots aren't involved, I'm definitely happy. Because, you know, all in all, at the end of the day, fuck the Patriots. Okay, well, that kind of takes care of what I was worried about there. Oh. So I don't know if we could get to Gladiator Circuit tonight. That would be quite a task. I'm going to stream for a while longer tonight because we did take last night off. Like I said, it just shortly before I was going to go live last night, I got some news that I needed to talk to somebody about, and it really definitely deterred the amount of time that I would have to go live. And so I just I made the announcement that I had to take last night off. Which, by the way, guys, do pay attention. I always put that type of thing on both the channel and the Discord. So if there's a reason that I have plans to be live one night and I'm not gonna be, I try to make sure you guys know. Hey, we did slightly better than we would have done if we would have just paused, and that is always a win. Right? When you do worse than you would have done if you would have just paused the damn game, that's when it hurts. Let's see. I know that gene on gene match can definitely be done, but and I know that I'm shooting long shot here on taking Photon down with Okoye, but I feel like we are definitely in one of the better possibilities of where I could be. Or not. Oh well. I suppose that's about right after having a quitter right off the bat, you know. So, Dark Nick, this conversation about stoplights, was it like directly about stoplights or was it a metaphor? Like, maybe we should use terms like green, yellow, and red to indicate that you've gone too far. Interesting. Very interesting. I feel like that's a little sus, to say the least. Like, it took you the whole time, and somehow you didn't take any damage and also didn't take them down. I mean, it's been known to happen. Been known to happen. Just kind of feels a little off. Just a little off. I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a moment. Possibly. Oh yeah, I said it could be something else. Oh. Let's see. Get rid of that, get rid of that, and we'll get rid of that. So, as you guys all know, I like to help other people, no matter if it's with the game or a channel or whatever it is, any way I can, try and help promote other people in the community and, you know, get people coming up on things and everything. I have been helping a new streamer. And well, he's not new as far as streaming, but he is new to MCOC. And he streams primarily on Twitch, but he's going to start doing more dual streams. He's actually from England, and is streaming. Like I said, he's going to be streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. He does have a YouTube channel already. But I told him after I helped him out with a bit of stuff that I would go ahead and promote out his stuff a little bit tonight. So if you guys would be so kind as to stop over and drop a subscription to the Mayhem District, I would be very appreciated. Me around here, I always like to help promote and better the community any way I can. He's definitely he just got done with Act 5. Like I said, still new to the game, but definitely worth checking out. He's coming along very nicely. He's streaming twice a day. So if you guys would like to jump over and give him some support, I would appreciate it. And yes, Egg is actually one that brought him over to me and asked me to help him with a few things. So, another one of those things where the community definitely helping one another. Egg, if you'd feel like dropping your link in the chat, I'm sure most everybody here has already been over to your channel already. But just in case they haven't, let's go ahead and get you promoted out tonight too. Matter of fact, I was actually thinking about this earlier, about possibly doing a stream where literally like every 5 minutes I drop another YouTuber's link of somebody that you guys may or may not know. And we just see how many people we can get new subscribers for in a single night. Just to, like I said, just to help out the community, help out some fellow streamers, help grow some people. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about something like that? Would you guys be down for that? Just a normal night of gameplay and stuff. But we do maybe a little bit of a longer stream, and during the stream, like I said, I'll have a couple mods helping me out. I'll set that up ahead of time. But we'll just go through and pick some people that are a few under 500 and several under 1,000, and we'll just see if we can't get a bunch of people promoted up and get more people closer. Thomas Burley, I appreciate that. Just think it's a nice thing that we could do occasionally. Just, trying to see if we can't promote a few more people up. Trying to get a few more people recognized. Get a few more people doing better in the community. Like I said, there's enough room for every one of us around here. And I've never doubted that. How the hell does that light keep being perfectly in that corner over and over again? You mean the one place I need to beat her into, somehow that's where the light's going to keep appearing? Logan Self, how's it going? Thank you, I appreciate it. I have gotten quite a few comments on the goatee over the years. I know, funny, I've told the story a few times, but there was one point that I was at the meetup with the Kabam employees and fellow streamers and everything else after the last night of Summers Fest, and one of the Kabam employees walked up to me in the middle of a conversation, interrupted, and said, I apologize and everything, was polite as hell about it, but walked up and was like, hey, I just gotta say, if anybody's gonna grow facial hair, you are the example of how to do it. And that was just kind of one of those cool moments. So, where's everybody else at in their Battlegrounds push? Anybody high enough to have already gotten their radiance, or? Yeah, probably not. Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. Just 100% in 9.2. Very nice. Congratulations on that. Still on silver. Not a problem. I get it. Hell, the only reason I'm all the way up in diamond is because I started in diamond. Oh my god. Stephen Burris, how's it going, my man? Hate that they reduce it to only 3 pass because the boss fights are fun. Well, the great thing about it is that we are getting very close to 9.4 coming out. And when 9.4 comes out, I do believe that we will get an Act 9 Crucible. And when we get an Act 9 Crucible, that is going to be a whole lot more of fighting those bosses all over again. So, you got that to look forward to. 'Cause, 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 'c Busy as always, Steven. I know the feeling. It's been a while since I've lived that life, and I threw the SP1 too soon. But totally understand, man. We've talked enough to know like how you're doing things and whatnot. But yeah, no, me. Like I said, I had to deal with some personal stuff last night, and then I've been kind of just chilling today, taking it a little easy because I haven't done that nearly enough. Bro, go back and explore 8.1 and 8.2 and tell me it's better. Yeah, I definitely could feel you on that one, Elijah Brown. Back when, and if you really want to, torture yourself, haven't explored Act 8 Crucible. Definitely worth it while you're waiting on more Act 9. I would say that for sure. But I will say this much. If you are ever feeling like there's not enough paths in any part of story mode, go back to Act 6 and go have to run 10 paths per level. And then let's talk. Crucible probably won't release the same year as Act 9 ends. No, not Act 6. Okay, so we're gonna get Act 9 or Act 9.4 within the next. We should have it end of April, beginning of May at the latest. If I remember release cycle. So I could see very well, especially with the way cycles are speeding up on, and the fact that we haven't had a lot of in-game content. I could see us actually seeing early fall, possibly early winter, Act 9 Crucible. Obviously, we'll get Act 10 this year. Kyra Clank, how's it going? Nice to see you. We don't talk about Act 6. I've actually been re-exploring Act 6 again. Mostly because I am just getting to that completionist stage of things where I just want to be able to say no matter how long it took, I did actually get everything in the game done. So I have been, I'm 100% through 6.1 and 6.2, and I'm starting on 6.3. But I'm doing a few other things here and there too. It's more one of those things where if I don't want to dip into resources too much, and I've got plenty of energy to kill, then I'll go run over and run a path or two in Act 6. Especially now that I'm overflowing. Well, I'm not overflowing because you can't overflow on it, but Elder's Marks, I mean, I walked into the night with a full 9,000. So I can't even just turn energy in for Elder's Marks anymore like I was. Not until I burn enough of it. It's kind of part of the reason why we're going to do 3 hours of it tonight. It's just so I can burn a shit ton of it. And hopefully make a bit of progress in the process. But I do remember that there are certain things in the game that we just don't talk about. We don't talk about Act 6. We don't talk about Wheel of Fate. We have Voldemorts of the game, apparently. The best mod has arrived. How's it going, God of Abyss? Giant Walrus in the house. How's it doing, my man? I haven't put my Scorpion in the deck yet, so we can get rid of yours. And get rid of Viv. So, I cruised up to Vibranium 2 last night, then played like crap today, and still Vibranium 2. Yeah, I know how that goes. My account is Rex75. I will check it out, man. Per nerf, Act 6 was pre-nerf. Act 6 was peak. Miss that actual need to plan a roster and build accordingly. Yeah, it definitely was. It without a doubt, it was one of those things where you needed to plan your roster. You need to plan everything else with it. Act 6 has gotten a lot easier than it was when a lot of us went through it. I will say myself, just obviously I'm going back through it with a huge roster compared to what should have been an Act 6 roster. So that doesn't matter at all. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. There's still certain things that you do have to plan for. There are still certain fights that if you don't have a solid counter for, it's impossible to do. The People's Champion, how's it going, my man? Nice to see you. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, the majority of it is so much easier than it's ever been. That's when I first started reading the nodes. Was stuck on Minister Sinister fight. Yeah, that one is one that even still to this day, if you don't bring the right counter for, it's still going to eat you alive because there's just nothing you can do if you don't have a proper counter. I was roadblocked for 3 months waiting for the yeah. Like having the right counter on that one that'll, obviously you, and I mean it's a lot easier. Like you can cheese it with Hulk these days. I remember doing it with Captain Marvel movie and with the Nick Fury synergy, and that is like how I got through it. But that is one of those fights that it doesn't matter if you don't have a solid Fury champion. Like you're cooked. I took close to 2 years off. I've taken 2 breaks over the last 10 years. The first one was about 4 months, and the second one was, I think, about 4 months as well. I quit for 6 years when Act 6 came out. I think I saw someone do it with Black Widow Clairvoyant. That is very possible. I'm slowly in the progress of 100%ing Act 6 now. I've got 3 or 4 maps left finally. Yeah, no, I was actually just mentioning that right before you came in. The fact that I have 100%ed 6.1 and 6.2, and I'm working on 6.3 right now. Anyone going to talk about the variant 4 3.2, how bullshit it still is? I don't think I've done that one yet. Excuse me, since when does Fat Man not do damage to Jean? Wow. That was bullshit. Him, how's it going? Nice to see you. Is that the one where you need a 1-star Hulk? Quite possibly. Egg, I've been lurking. Yeah, no problem, man. I get it. Yeah, we're gonna do. Probably should have done that the other way. That's okay. Yeah. Ain't on nothing. Watching this game and trying to convince my alliance to take war more serious. It's not going well. Man, I get that. Like, sometimes it's a struggle. Like, and even sometimes, even when you get people to say they're on the same page and stuff, it can be a struggle. I've been running alliances for years, so I get how it can go. Everyone would see their 1-star sell. Yeah, dude. Like, I remember the early days of selling off champions, and didn't realize what I was doing until I really started figuring the game out well, and then I regretted every one I ever sold. So, no, you can't sell champions anymore. It's been a while since we've been able to sell champions. These guys have beast rosters, can't get P6. Just a bunch of dudes wanting to do nothing. I mean, if that's the mentality, sometimes you just gotta be willing to like look for an alliance that wants to do what you want to do. It sucks. I get it. Like, I'm forming an entire alliance right now to push up into Plat 3. Like, whole thing about it when I came back was to get everybody back together and push Plat 3. Are you going to check my account? Yeah, give me just 1 second and I'll check your account out. Problem is I'm in a top 10 AQ. Yeah. That's hard. I mean, and sometimes, I don't know if you saw McGee's video that he put out the other day, where he's leaving for Loki because, plain and simple, like, he loves his guys, he loves where they're at, he loves the rewards he's getting, but he doesn't want to do things the way they're doing them anymore. So, sometimes you kind of got to make a choice. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta respond to one thing real quick, and then we will go look at Logan's account real quick.
Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, speaking fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase
I thought about applying, but I like war too much right now. Maybe in the future. I mean, he's not doing. He's not doing wars. You actually applied. Nice. He's not doing wars. He's just not trying to be Masters Tier Alliance. I hate war. I thought about applying, but I kind of feel bad leaving my alliance. I get that, man. Sometimes you just got to do what's going to be best for you. I'm the total opposite. BGs and war are my least favorite. Yeah. I hate BGs with a passion, but I like war. Yeah, see, like, and I think, you know, I've been talking about this for a while. That, you know, there's going to be a lot of transition for a lot of people. And a lot of alliances, in my opinion. Whereas that a lot of them are going to be... Now that we have more and more modes that can be competitive for alliances, I think that we're going to see a lot more rotation in the different types of alliances that you can be part of. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to find something in chat here real quick. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. So I know I can find it quicker over here. Okay, there it is. Rex. Rex. I bet you we can find it there. Look at it, Rex on Rex 75. There we go. So let's take a look here. So we got... let's see, we got the 7-star Awakened Wicked. Or no. 7-star rank 4, Awakened Wicked. That's very nice. Very nice. I know a buddy of mine who would be very proud of it. We got the rank 3 Cord. Got Doom up there in the top for right now. I'm sure you got a couple 7-stars going to move in behind that real quickly. 18.5K prestige. Just shy of 5 million overall. I would say, honestly, one of the things that I can point out right now, getting your relics up would be one thing that I would advise. That 382 on relics would be about the only thing that I would really like massively work on. It'll make a big difference for you. See, war is easy. Literally, all you have to do is read and bring counters. Yes and no. I will say this much. War has always been that mode where it doesn't matter how good I am with somebody in another mode. I get over to war and somehow, like, they don't work the same way. And I know it's a combination of the nodes and and everything else, but it is definitely one of those things that war has always been one of those modes that I've had mixed feelings on. But I do know that it's definitely something I gotta put that we're gonna be pushing a little bit more. So top 4 would be awesome in 2019. Big thing, you like the big thing style of war? It's one of those things. I know some people who really like big thing, and some people who absolutely hate it. You know, you just need some ISO. Yeah, plenty of places to get ISO from. As a matter of fact, I was completely out after Banquet, and I've already farmed back up quite well. You hate relics so much, then you're missing out, man. Relics are Emma and Cord kind of feel off. Again, it's a bit of a smaller account. So I could see it. Plus, on top of that, if he really likes them, definitely can be some great champions. Very, you're very, very nice, Wolf. Sometimes it's better to just hang on to the materials. I try to be nice. I prefer to be nice unless people make me not be nice, and then I'm very well at being not nice. I just don't like to be. I had to max out a 6-star Sandman as my top champion for the long. Trust me, we all had 6-star champions as our top champion for a very long time. My 6-star Nick Fury was the top of my stuff for the longest time. Like, if you look back on the early days of the channel, probably the first year and a half was like 6-star Nick Fury was my top champion. It was a while before I got anybody else above him. I'm even being really nice to this guy because like we ain't banning anything until like well into his roster. Mostly because they're all on my roster. It's not your account, Elijah. Their account, their choices. Yeah. Hey Wolf, can you tell me how good my account is? Yeah, let me get through this one and we'll take a look. When you're in war, simply slow down. Yeah, that's sometimes one of my problems too. We're gonna take a little finesse. AQ just want to be dude. I hate it. Like, I am so glad that raids and coliseums are now a thing because, like, I will not deny that I hate raids or I hate regular AQ myself. It has gotten so boring and so repetitive, and I'm so over it. I mean, he's the one that wanted his count. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's definitely one of those things that, yes, if somebody asks to have their account looked at, we will critique it. We will That was dumb. He's got Jack. That was stupid. And we'll give thoughts without a problem. But just because we give thoughts does not mean that, like, you know, each individual ones of our thoughts as far as you know, where we're at on things and all of that type of stuff, like 100%, like it is all opinion. You know, if you find champions that you're good with and that you like, then yeah, like 100%. I have told people for years, like, I'll give you advice on who I think you should rank up, but my first question is always, who do you enjoy? Because depending on who you enjoy and who you're having a good time with, that's probably going to be a better champion than most of the top tier champions, just because you're actually going to be able to play them. You know, I can tell you, you know, great. So Nico or Enchantress or whatever is at the top of the rank up charts, and you should rank up them. But if you're not good with them and you don't know how to use them, but you do know how to use, say, Dr. Voodoo, and you're really good with Dr. Voodoo, then Dr. Voodoo is better than Nico in that situation. So, trying to find a good tactic champ for Node 50 isn't going well. I would love to get some advice on that. I'm not for sure. The stress of letting down on alliance mates is one of the reasons I'm not a war fan. Yeah, I know that one too. If I had asked before, would you have recommended Emma Frost? Or would you say hold the... It depends. If you're looking for a solid counter, someone who has a lot of immunities, a lot of resistances, things like that, there's only one champion in the game that has as many resistances and immunities as she does. And that's Iceman. So, like, now if you ask me Iceman versus Emma, I'm probably going to tell you Iceman. But all in all, like, yeah, I wouldn't not recommend Emma if you're enjoying her and you're looking for somebody that has a high amount of immunities that can get through a lot of different fights because of it. And it also, again, it depends on what game mode you're trying to play. It depends on, like, what you're trying to get through. I mean, how far you are in the story. You know, there's so many factors on why and who to rank up. That's part of the reason that I always kind of hesitate away from tier lists, in my opinion, is because of the fact that, you know, a tier list is great, but a tier list doesn't account for every factor out there. Like, I could do best champions for Battlegrounds. And then the meta changes and all of a sudden half of them are worthless. Cool, won that one. Nice, I'll take it. I was kind of a little concerned. God, I don't like those options. Nothing there is good. I'm screwed no matter what. I kind of let him trap me. My in-game name is Quill. Yeah, no, I saw that, man. I'll get there in just a moment. You got this. It's not really useful seeing an only top 4 champion. Yeah, that it is kind of one of those things that, like, it is a little better to see the depth of the roster and see, you know, what's beyond the top 4, but, you know, we can still look at top 4s and where your account's at and kind of give a few judgments here and there. So I would like it if that top 30 button that is on all of our profiles was accessible when you went to see somebody's profile. It'd be nice to see everybody's top 30 prestige champions. And I over-aggressively played that. So either way, once we're done with this one, we're going to go look at a couple accounts. Yeah, we all had a lot of fun during Banquet. If you guys want, we can go over and do some account reviews for a little bit. Since I've had a couple requests tonight, I have no problem. We can show off everybody's accounts. Yeah, kind of figured that one wasn't going to go well. It's okay. We're good. Not worried about it. All I'm trying to do is get the couple wins in anyways. We can get those in before the end of the 2 days, and then, like, we'll get to Gladiator Circuit at some point this season. I'm not too worried about if we get there for the Radiance or nothing. Well, let's start with the first one we got requested was Quilly Willy. Let's see. Okay, so Quilly Willy. We've got 22k prestige. The relics are still a little low, but not too bad. We got that 7-star Spider Ham right there at the top. I know a lot of people love him, and if unfortunately the vote is as rigged as I think it is, you'll definitely have a good synergy coming in. Oh, the capitals don't matter, man. Hey Wolf, what are you doing? Not much, Crimzone. How's it going? How's the progress going? Now, let's see. We got a couple. Oh, we got 39 more MVPs. 7,500 quests. 3,400 dailies. We got some quest wins, PvP wins. I mean, yeah. I mean, the 7-star Odin is great for pre-fights there. The 7-star Gladiator is definitely like a powerhouse. You know, looks good, man. I mean, definitely, like I said, coming along. It's good. Just taking a break from the game for a little bit. No problem, man. Sometimes you got to do that. So, and then him asked me if we could look up him as well. So, him 23. Like as in 23 and me. Which, by the way, I would avoid that. Okay, now we're looking at 36.4 on those prestige points with over 2,500 on the relics. That's very nice. 33 on the overall champs. Got that rank 5 Jean Grey. That is sick, bro. That is absolutely gorgeously sick. Guessing high Evo is definitely for prestige. We got, Yelena in there. We got Onslaught in there. 71 War MVP. Officer over in the Alliance. Plat 6 Alliance. Yeah, man, that looks really good. Definitely, I'm guessing your top 30 is sexy. Let's see. We're getting friends requests here too. Is this somebody wanting me to look at something? We'll just send you a friend request in game. Okay. Okay, we got another one. Almost 33. Yeah, we'll look at Thomas Burley here in just a moment too. Also, Dark Nick, if you want to send me over the account name, we can look at that too. I think I might have you, but I think you may have went to the wayside on one of the friendly nights. So, my account is a meta rat worst nightmare. So we got Onslaught right there at the top. We got the Deathless She-Hulk. We got Dust. We got Spider-Woman. Definitely understand all of those rank ups. 237 MVPs. Over there in a Gold 4 We Are Groot Alliance. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. Let's see. Burley BBB. I have helped this account on several occasions, so let's go look at it and see how it's been going. If I can type. 2 Bs, 3 Bs, a BBE. There we go. See, let's go look over at Thomas Burley and see how things have been going. So again, we got a 7-star Jean Grey Awakening right there at the top. We got Spider-Woman. We got the 6-star Onslaught and the old school 6-star Hercules, which many of us sported for a very long time. So looking at an 18K Prestige with 586 on the relics. I definitely push those relics a little bit more, but does not look bad. Especially considering I know a bit about where you're at on some of the stuff. So that's not doing too bad. I had a little about fun. I had a little banquet fun. Went from 39 rank 4s to 85. Wow, you blew my numbers out of the way. The odd, it shows me different champions. No. Okay, so the reason why it's going to show you different champions is because of the Saga boost. So I'm seeing your actual, just your raw stuff right now. That's not what I want. Let's see, we got Nick. Find the squiggly. Where's the squiggly? With a 7782. Okay. So Nick's got the 6-star Kingpin up there. 12K, just over 12.5K prestige. Definitely, again, I would get those relics up. It's definitely going to make a difference. I do understand having Dazzler up there in your top champions, but she does need to be awakened. So I would definitely look into that. The sooner the better. Yelena is definitely a solid champion. Immortal Hulk can do a few things. I personally think OG Hulk is better. Robert the Traveler, nice to see you. And we're looking at a member in the User Era Alliance. Over there in a Silver 3. That's not bad, man. Keep pushing. You guys can definitely come up some more. So. Keep pushing him 23, you'll get there. Yeah, man. Him, like, I know you're struggling so much. Like, them 85 rank 4s, bro. Like, one day, you'll get to 100, and it'll be amazing. I feel your struggles. I really, really feel your struggles. Like, but eventually, those next 15 rank 4s will mean something. I don't know. Yeah, no, I was pretty proud of my 2 to 22 rank 4s. Win choice on the rank 5. Yes, that was definitely, like, dude, I don't know that I would have necessarily went Gene myself, but it's definitely not. You're doing account reviews, nice. Yeah, I got asked a few people. So I decided we'd switch over from Battlegrounds to do a few account reviews. So if anybody wants me to look at their account and we can talk about it, I'm more than happy to do so, guys. Is a very low Sig Zola any kind of useful when it comes to Battlegrounds? On defense against most people, yes. He's still a pain in the ass for a lot of people to fight. But he does but yeah, you don't need the high Sig. He's definitely, like I said, he's defense. I'm sure there are people that use him out there for offense, but Sig does nothing on defense, exactly. So you're just, like I said, he's a defensive champion. You're good with him there. And you'll bite 90% of people. The Sig is mainly for offense, yeah. So King of Arena in the house. I've been taking Jean Grays with Zola. Yeah. Not this one, though. Okay. He is solid on attack if you get good with it. Yeah. I'm sure he is, and it would definitely be one of those things. I don't currently think I have a 7-star Zola. I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah, I don't have him. Yeah, I was pretty sure I hadn't pulled him yet, because I would have done something with him. But yeah, he's a mixed bag. He would definitely be one of those ones that I would definitely be trying out when I get him and kind of pushing a bit more with him on that one. But that is another reason why we're pushing for the CCP, is so that I have access to do more testing of champions without having to have them and without having to waste resources to be able to demo things to you guys. Because obviously, like, I have plenty of rank 1 7-stars that I could do certain things with, but that's not going to be a valid test. On the other hand, you know, is this champion worth it at rank 2? Are they worth it at rank 3? Are they worth it at rank 4 max Sig? Like, where is the cutoff? I would love to be able to tell you guys without just referencing other people's stuff, to be able to do so. So that's another reason I'm pushing for the CCP so hard this over the next month or so, is so that I can get to a point that I can do more valid testing and give better valid opinions based off of my skills and stuff, which I think is valid for at least a good 60% of my audience. I know there's a good 40% of my audience that have surpassed me, and, you know, they have their own reasons for pushing things. Attention everyone, due to inflation, you can now eat food that has been on the floor up to 6.2 seconds. Yep, 5 second rule has now been extended. My rule is if it's not stuck to the floor, it's good. I'm close to my next rank 5. Nice. Congratulations on that. I know there's not a lot of people in the community that have them yet, but they are slowly coming along. It is definitely one of those things. I know a few people that are going to be pushing for are going to be getting some rank 5s with the end of solo coliseums. But yeah, who are you thinking for your second rank 5 there? Him? I think it's going to be Deathless Thanos. I could see that one. I'll get my first rank 5 the last round of Coliseum. Yeah, see where Caveman said there. That's what I was just saying. I know several people that'll get their second one, and quite a few people that'll be looking at their first one out of Solo Coliseum. I saw some account on Facebook that had an R4 J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, I promise you this much: if Kabam Vincent has one already, it's probably rank 4 already. Swiss Eats. Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, if it ain't stuck to the floor, I'm eating it. And plus, on top of that, I've been, like, I grew up drinking from the hose and all those, classic tropes and stuff. Like, the amount of shit that should have killed me. I don't know how many times I was told as a kid, like, you ain't gonna see this age, and you ain't gonna see that age, and you ain't gonna see this age. And, like, we would... Dude, like, I am, like, at least 20 benchmarks past the point that I wasn't supposed to see any of them, so we'll take it. I'm saving all the radiance for my deathless pieces. I'm right there with you, Robert J. That's exactly where I'm at. My big goal, one of my other goals this year is to get all the deathless champions. I've gotten, I got deathless Groot out of the selector from Banquet, which is what started the push. I don't know why I went there. And then we got another Deathless Vision piece out of the Vision rework boxes, Deathless Vision rework boxes. And now, so we're looking at, I've got 3 on him. I've got 3 on She-Hulk. And I think I have 2 on Gilly. But with the She-Hulk one, I also have the Karina's Challenge where I can still go get a 4th one. So that will, so she'll probably be my next one. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to decide. I scrolled past it, didn't I? Yeah, there it is. I'm still trying to decide which one I'm going to do to get that piece. That's not as uncommon as you think. Vega and Yusafa have him at rank 4. Yeah, I'm not. No, I know it's not uncommon to have rank 4 Spider Slayer, especially if you're a whale. Like Yusafa and Vega. As much as Vega likes to, I'm protesting and I'm boycotting, and then there's a sale, so the boycott's off long enough for me to advance my account, and then it's back on. But, whatever. We gotta clickbait people with rage, so screw Kabam! But, whatever Vega does. But yeah, no, I realize it, especially the top guys, yeah. Having the new champ instantly at rank 4, duh. But I'm talking about for those normal folks down here who's not dropping 30K a month. Okay? On the other hand, like I said, definitely, I know Kabam Vincent, he's huge on J. Jonah Jameson, and if he has pulled him, I guarantee he went directly to rank 4. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't actually spend to get it. Then again, Yusafa has everybody at rank 4. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, man. Caveman probably knows who my first rank 5 7-star will be. Does it rhyme with bid law? I can get 5 from Radiant. Yes, you can get 5 of them from the Radiant store. So it is definitely one of those things I'm going to be pushing myself, like I said. Yeah, Red Skull. I figured that's what he meant. I really like JJJ. I'm a Mojo fan, and he's very similar in my opinion. Okay, I haven't played him much. I did pick up the 3-star from the arena as I got a little busy. So I didn't get all the way up to the 4-star and get through the arena, but I will pick up the 4-star and everything from the next round of arena here. But to be honest with you, as much so as, first off, I appreciate that Command Vincent is such a huge fan of him. And I appreciate that, you know, it's kind of a cool champion in the game. I think it was a big miss to drop him this month, in my opinion. Not because he's like an uncool champion or anything like that. I just gotta say, in my opinion, if we were gonna do the Savage Lands this month, Kazar should have been the new champion for this month. 100% in my opinion, but he is also somebody that we've had as a Summoner's Choice vote before, and I don't remember what round he got kicked out in, but he, you know, first off, we've got plenty of champions in the game that have lost Summoner's Choice, so like still very valid. He's already been like mocked up and stuff like that, so definitely could have been one of those things. And on top of that too, like I said, I mean, you know, we already have Soren, so Sauron. So if you out of the Savage Lands, probably the 2 biggest characters in comics that have a Savage Land tie into them are Sauron and Kazar. It just is, and so I really think that Kazar should have been in there. It was harder than I thought to think of something that rhymes with skull. Jethro Tull. There you go, Ben. Never go with your first instinct. Wait for that one. 281k. Not for sure what I missed. Oh, in Radiance, I'm guessing. I mean, Werewolf by Night and Tiger are not Tooth and Claw Saga champions. I wouldn't put too much weight. Oh yeah, no, man. Like, I've been talking about that myself. As far as like champions that make no sense that are Tooth and Claw versus champions that make no sense that they're not Tooth and Claw. Like, how is the new Spider-Man Tooth and Claw? Like, makes no sense. I know that Hulkling is a shapeshifter, so kinda, but not really. Tillith, yeah, you could kind of go with that because she's got the bear and the eagle. So, yeah, kind of. But still. Carolina, absolutely no reason why she should be Tooth and Claw. None whatsoever. On the other hand, Werewolf by Night, like you mentioned. Like, how is that not a Tooth and Claw champion? Lizard. How is Lizard not a Tooth and Claw champion? How is Hyperion a Tooth and Claw champion? I would even give you Null before some of the ones they've chosen. Venom should be Tooth and Claw. I know why money. I'm not quite for sure that the Tooth and Claw decision was money. I would even give you Jabari Panther as a Tooth and Claw champion over some of the ones that are on there. How is Weapon X not a Tooth and Claw? Black Cat should be, yep. Hype the Teeth, so maybe that's why. Yeah, no, dude, I want it. Hype has teeth. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go with that logic, every champion in the game is tooth and claw. I don't think there's a single champion in the game that doesn't have teeth. Black Cat should be, yeah, that one's another one that I would agree. To be fair, all the game champions in the game, in fact, have teeth. Exactly. Like I said, I don't think there's... White Tiger. How is White Tiger not a tooth and claw champion? How is Rocket not a tooth and claw champion? Morbius. Red Goblin. How is Cersei tooth and claw? Like, and I mean, you know, that's one of the things. I was kind of excited when we did the live stream, and it's not tooth or claw. Yeah, I get that it's not necessarily tooth or claw, but even if you went with that logic, the tooth or claw, like, but you know, when Kabam Mike said it on the live stream, it was like, hey guys, bring in your favorite tooth and claw, your favorite champions with tooth and claw. Like, I was excited. I was figuring like Werewolf by Night, Wolverine, and X-23, and blah 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 blah. You know, that's. But hey, Brother Wolf, you kind of look like old school Triple H when you have had some hair. when he had some hair. Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, I've been referred to as a lot of different people over the years. And I mean, it's one of those things, like, if you look at the early days of the channel, like, you'll see, like, my head shaved quite a bit during it. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, and I get it. Command makes their decisions the way they make their decisions. But it is also one of those things, especially after sitting down with Vincent and shit, and writing out a story quest for the month, during the writer's workshop. Like, it just kind of feels like somebody, like, he went to people, said, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and somebody went, let's see how we can fuck that up. I might be wrong, but it kind of feels that way. But at the same time, it's one of those things, guys. I've talked about it before. It's like the Battlegrounds ticket thing right now. Complete and total hit, complete and total miss. Absolute crap. Didn't need it. No reason for it. Bad deal. But we also just came off of phenomenal deals. So sometimes the deals are going to be bad. Sometimes the deals are going to be good. Sometimes they're going to make the right call on champions. Sometimes they're going to make a bad call on champions. They're humans. It's always going to be a little hit or miss. So, but give me just 1 second, guys. I need to run to the bathroom, actually. So I'm going to be right back, and then we're going to continue on. We're going to do some more Battlegrounds. And if by the time I get back, somebody else wants me to do an account review, we'll do that as well. So give me just a second, and we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer. What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. So yeah, Eliza Brown. To be fair, everyone is calling for them to make money without sky high champ prices. They are experimenting. 100% agree. Kabam is caught in a very difficult spot between trying to balance being profitable enough for Netmarble not to fuck with them because they are owned by another company, while also trying to keep the player base happy. And it's this scale. Netmarble's always asking for more money, while the players are always asking for relevant deals. They are caught in a very difficult position. I don't envy them, but I do understand. Didn't mean to click on Coliseums. So that is why a lot of the time I do preach the idea of more understanding and balance, and I'm not the one that's the first one to go out and talk about grabbing pitchforks and burning the company down. And I don't think that a lot of the things they do are purposely malice or evil or any of these things that I know there are plenty of people out there in the community that will try and say they are. Egg! There's an egg on my screen, and it's not you. Now, my question was Egg listening? Were you listening, Egg? Were you out there listening? Or did you run off and join somebody else's stream because, you know, somebody's cooler than me, even though I'm the one that helped you? Like, I know how it is. I see how it is. I know, I used to be cool and I used to be your friend. But now you gotta go watch everybody else's stream. Good luck, Wolf. Thank you, Marvel King. How's it going? See, I told you I'm the best mod. I know, man. That's what I'm saying. You could definitely take the best mod spot. Thank you, and I appreciate the well wishes. Probably not the best choices, but I'm going there anyways. See if he feels like he can do anything with Enchantress. Oh, you think that's how that's gonna work? I don't think that's how that's gonna work. Missed a couple parries there. That didn't help. But we are getting there. Oh, or we were getting there. That went out of nowhere. Wolf, who are some of the champions you want to see in the come to the game? Puck, Shaman, Kazar, Quasar, definitely would love to see Blob. That one was a robbery. Let me think of some of the other ones that are definitely big ones. Wouldn't mind seeing Strong Guy. That one would be a good one. Multiple Man would be interesting, but I don't know how they would do that one. Polaris, Megan, Brian Braddock, Captain Britain. And despite the fact that I don't like the idea of, you know, multiple champions of the same, it just kind of, I really would like to have seen the Brian Braddock version of Captain Britain. Wolfsbane, Legacy, how you doing? I'm going to pick a champion without picking. I know I'm very late. Brian can be his own ego, Captain Avalon. Yeah, I mean, we could do Captain Avion, but honestly, like, I would like to see the original Captain Britain version of him. Mostly because I have a lot. I really enjoyed the Excalibur comics when I was a kid, and I would like to see like the tie-ins with Kitty and, you know, Nightcrawler, and like I said, I'd like to see Megan come into the game. I would like to see Banshee coming into the game. I think Banshee could definitely be a really cool champion in the game. Magma would be cool. I would not be surprised if we don't see Wonder Man when Wonder Man comes out, and I would really be excited if not only did we see Wonder Man, but we also saw Grim Reaper. Trying to think who else. I only want 4 champions added. Toxin, Carnage's son, a good one. Robbie Reyes, Danny Ketch, and Khonshu. I don't know about adding Khonshu, but Robbie Reyes definitely. Though I do see Danny as very valid. I'm not quite for sure how well. Whether or not Danny and Danny Ketch and Johnny Blaze's version of Ghost Rider would be too similar, in my opinion. Nightmare would be another really good one. Venice youngest sleeper children too. I would like to see Pip the Troll but that's because I read a lot of the Infinity Watch comics when I was a kid as well. And so, like, Adam being in the game without Pip being in the game kind of bothers me. Yeah, knew that wasn't going to go well. Dupe, that would be an interesting one, but he's kind of a reality warper, so with the exception of Scarlet Witch, reality warpers kind of bother me. Abyss, the reason I'm talking about this is he's going to do a breakdown of possible champions that we'd like to see. I wouldn't mind if they added Nightmare, the first champion immune to the sleep. That would actually be really killer. Like, it would make a lot of sense too. Like, as a matter of fact, I think he should be able to punish sleep. Like, if you try and inflict sleep on him, it automatically backfires and fucks you up. So, Slapstick. I don't think I know that character particularly. I wouldn't mind seeing Magus in the game as well. Magus would be a really cool, like... I would even take Magus if they did him as, like major in-game boss. He could be really kind of cool. Trying to think if there's some... Let me look. You got me on a kick right now. He's basically has Toon Force as his power. Okay. But we can see how well Kabam does with immunity sometimes. Juggy can be rooted. Yeah. Well, okay, hold on. Juggy being rooted is not necessarily inappropriate. I mean, Kitty did root him in, what was it, X2 or X3? X3. The original, the third Bryan Singer X-Men movie. Kitty definitely rooted him. Freak Bob, how's it going, my man? MCW. I should know exactly who that's. I'm guessing you mean NTW, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. It's not Incinerate Immune. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Silver Samurai can't do anything about regen. Okay, yeah, I can see that one too. Let's see some other ones. I still would like to see Agatha Harkness in. I'm surprised she didn't win when she came in and when she was in the vote. I thought that would have been a very valid one. Thunderbird would be another one that I'm surprised. Forge. That's where I'm the juggernaut bitch. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he got rooted hardcore there. Like, so I think there is a valid argument for that one. Boom Boom would be another one I wouldn't mind seeing in the game. Just out of like something off the top of my head. Well, not completely off the top of my head. I'm looking through lists here and I got remembered. God, this list is crap. Because it lists like every I gotta find a better one. This one isn't gonna do me any good. That is not gonna do me any good. So, I really want Dark Child added too. I don't know Dark Child. That must have been after either it was a run I didn't read or it was after I stopped being like massively up to date on comics. I can't think of his name, but I know he was a valid character even before. Yeah, I said Polaris already. I love Polaris. I really want to see her in the game. There would be so many really cool synergies. Not to mention on top of that, like, I mean, I know that she would do very similar to Magneto, but like she's even more powerful than Magneto by all means. So I would definitely love to see her in the game. Whatever. Isn't Dark Child magic? Sin would be cool. But I don't know if you guys remember the Elektra movie. Dark Child is a demon from Limbo that lives inside of magic. From Herbie. Okay. Yeah. I didn't read that entire run. But no point in taking her. Oh my god. The Electric movie. There was that one guy in there that the tattoo guy that all his tattoos came to life and stuff. That'd be really cool. And I know he's in the comics, I just don't remember his actual name. Sin is the daughter of Red Skull. Hydro Man could be cool. I know he kind of got like villain of the week status, especially because of Spider-Man the Animated Series. But definitely still, I think he could be cool in this. Marrow could be really cool. Do it. Please do it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Still didn't work out any better for you, but I'll go ahead and take it. One of my favorite mutants is Death Dream. He's essentially what happens if you combine X Gene with Teenage Necromancer. That does sound cool. That's definitely not one that I've read. I need Zeus in Marvel. Zeus, Marvel's version of Zeus could be cool. Would definitely have a great tie-in with Hercules. Yeah, no, I get what you meant on Marvel by MCOC. Silver Fox could be a good one. Madam Hydra. Death Demon was introduced in the newest run of Uncanny X-Men. I think it's okay. Yeah, that's definitely, like, I'm not up to date on anything current. I haven't been out and bought comics in a while, but it is something I need to do. Though I do have a really cool comic that not a lot of people have. As a matter of fact, after this match, after this set of matches, I'll show you guys the comic the latest comic that I acquired. Amadeus Cho. Now, which version of Amadeus Cho are we talking here? Are we talking Amadeus Cho in the Spider-Man armor with the full-on, like, tentacles and stuff? Or are we talking Amadeus Cho as his Hulk version? Or are we just talking the Genius version of Amadeus Cho? Because, like, he's been a couple different versions by far. Matter of fact, that's what I should do, is I should grab the book. True. This, I think, is what I want to read on Death Dreams. That's Deathblock would be another really good one to get in the game. Pushed that a little too far. I thought I had her. Oh, God, I thought... If I lose that, I'm going to be pissed. Honestly, but I was thinking the Hulk version. Okay. And we took it. Cool. The game was sad. Now we need to see if the Seahawks win it all and beat New England in the Super Bowl. Yeah, we don't need New England in the Super Bowl. I think New England should be banned from ever being in a Super Bowl again. They need to win against the Rams next week. Yeah. I bet we get Tombstone or Hammerhead this year. That is possible. So real quick here, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab one thing real quick. So, at Summoner's Fest, and actually, let's go ahead and just full screen this for a minute. At Summoner's Fest, I did pick up this. So, that is the last comic, the latest comic that I have acquired in any way, shape, or form. And I'm really kind of cool to, I really find it kind of cool to have this one. So, and it even advertises MCOC on the back. So, yes, Hellcat lost a vote. She has been on a Summoner's Choice vote before. But she would definitely be another one that's a viable contender. It's hard to see Denver winning next week. Unfortunately, last team I like. Yeah, I would love to see Denver beat the shit out of New England like they deserve to. And then we can get Denver in. Lalandra could be a good one. So let's go ahead and pull up the encyclopedias real quick. Let's go with this one. This one should have a, and we'll start with some champions that, or some possible champions we could get out of this one, because this one will do. Black Knight, I'm kind of surprised, especially just as I look up, you said it too. Got Black Knight right there. That's Nefaria. Let's see. Firebird would be a good one. Got Grim Reaper. We already mentioned him earlier. Those all suck. Already have him. Got Mantis. Don't care about Living Lightning. Morgan Le Fay has lost a Summoner's Choice vote before, but she could definitely be viable. Pulsar is just Photon, so that doesn't matter. Rage. If anybody does not know who Rage is, he is a cool character. J Rose, how's it going, my man? Silverclaw is an interesting character as well. She is one that, like, pretty much just vanished from comics out of nowhere, but she had a really cool concept. Quite a bit, man. We need to talk. I will hit you up after stream for sure. Again, this is one of those ones that I'm a little iffy on because I don't like multiple versions of the same champion in, or you know, multiple iterations of the same type of champion in the game. But I am honestly kind of surprised that we did not get this version of Spider-Woman first. And that is the Julia Carpenter version of it. Star Fox. I would love to see Star Fox. That would be a great tie-in with Thanos. See, we got Doom. We got Galactus. Human Torch. None of those are anything important. Gorgon. We need Gorgon in the game. Yeah, no, it won't be super late, man. I'm only streaming for about another 45 minutes or so. And then we will talk. I could even see Namarita actually coming into the game. That would be another one. I'd like to see a couple of the kids come into the game. We don't get enough of them. Songbird would be another one that, just thinking of off the top of my head, that I would definitely like to see. Most of the Richards kids we can't see. They are definitely a problem. And we don't. Watu doesn't work. So let's go over here to the fun one. Let's get into the X-Band Rescue. I could definitely see that, especially with Armor Wars and stuff like that, still being a thing. Okay, haven't found a single person that did. Swarm already lost a vote. We talked about Robbie Reyes earlier. My girl Polaris. Absolutely love her. Would love to see her in the game. Croft, Kitty, Rogue. Sage isn't cool. I think after this is all like the expansion. And then we get into Wolverine. Is there anybody that they have under the... Agent Zero could definitely be a good one. Pyro wouldn't be bad. I agree with that. I've already mentioned Puck, and we need North Star, Maverick. Maverick, that's one that I was forgetting, that I was really trying to think of the name of. Maverick, I would love to see. Vindicator could be cool. And I know I said North Star, but I mean Aurora. Because Aurora and North Star really need to be together. Anybody else that jumps out at me that like would be valid to come in here? Ogun would be another one that's really kind of cool to bring in here. That would be a very unique champion. I already said Silver Fox earlier. Okay. Well, we went through a few. Definitely some good ideas. Deathbird, yeah. The Warriors 3 and Sif, I could see that. Union Jack would definitely be one that I think would get a lot of people like excited. You know, definitely see some more representation for the other side of the pond. So we could see that. I don't know. Definitely some cool ideas, though. I don't know Graviton. That one is not one I know personally off the top of my head. There's a couple characters that, like, I know that like, they're really cool characters, but I wouldn't want them in the game because they really wouldn't work in the game. Like, Legion is an amazing character, but does not work in the game. At least not in any way that I currently see. Um, After like really thinking about it harder and realizing some of the valid points, I know everybody's been screaming for Mystique for the longest time, myself included, for a long time. But like, I can see why she really wouldn't be as cool as people think she would be. Deathbird has one of my favorite lines ever written in comics. That would be like hard pressed to push like what some of my favorite lines in all of comics would be. Though I will say I did a thumbnail a couple weeks ago or sometime recently with a Moon Knight or Mr. Knight quote on it, and I think that's definitely got to be one of the cooler ones that I've seen for a line out of a comic book. Professor X was holding back a crowd of people and said, "Good luck and Godspeed to Deathbird." And her response was, "Keep your God, Earthling. I have tributes to send to mine." I do like that one. But the Moon Knight quote was, "You guys know I'm Moon Knight, and that means one thing: no one in this place, including myself, knows completely what I'm capable of." And and that was a cool line. Though, of course, my favorite quote of all times in all of comics is, "I'm the best at what I do, and what I do ain't very pretty." But then again, Wolverine's one of my favorite characters of all. He is definitely my favorite character of all time. Although Null monologuing about being God to Thor and Thor taking his jaw off with the hammer while saying "So am I" was pretty. Yeah, there's definitely some like just absolutely like classic killer lines in comics, both in the comics themselves and in animated series and the movies. Like some really cool ones over the years. I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So we're going to try this again because it came up again, and there's absolutely no reason it should have went as badly as it did the first time.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to live this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it end. Tonight we gonna let it end.
I love it that everybody chooses while I'm in the middle of a live stream to decide that they need to talk about things. Like, I can go all day long and the Alliance, my Discord chat, all that stuff is silent as can be. The second I click live, everybody wants to have 30 conversations that I need to be in the middle of. Absolutely amazing. It does it without fail. The joys of being an Alliance leader. Or a human being in general. Well, yeah, of course. Like, why would we want to talk all day long when you're not working on things? Like, of course the best time to have a conversation is while you're too busy to have it. It's exactly when I'm gonna have them. Swear I'm gonna make a post that says office hours are between If you have anything to say, it must be during this time. If you say anything during any other time period, it is invalid. No. My Alliance mates know that I would never do that, but still. Hell, half the people on Discord know that fucking I've gotten up in the middle of the night to freaking help with things. Don't like this draft. I really don't. I don't think we're going anywhere on this one. Interesting choice. Well, even though I don't get up at 4:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, I'm going to head out. Talk to you later. No problem, man. Have a good night, Stephen Burris, and get some rest. Even though you don't got to get up early tomorrow, it doesn't mean you shouldn't grab a little extra. So... Ah! So close. What is this word sleep? It's a foreign concept. Trust me, I would look into it. It's kind of a holistic idea, but I mean, even so, some of that is like, I know it kind of seems a little nutty and stuff, but honestly, there's definitely some value in it. I would really consider trying it sometime. It's amazing what it can do for you. Intriguing. Intriguing for sure. Okay. We were doing good, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he cooked me alive and still won. So we're good. uh, Not quite for sure how that one went as well as it. I wouldn't say it went well, but how it went the way it did. That one was definitely an interesting one. And that does get us all of today's possible extra out of it, with the exception of, you know what, we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna see who's live, and we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna see, and then we're gonna see who's live. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, in spite of the fact that there's not necessarily a reason to victory shield here, we're gonna do it anyways and see if we can't go ahead and push into Diamond 2 and at least call it a successful move. Because oddly enough, most of the time when I get when I throw up those shields, I get an opponent that I can cheese. But apparently, Kabam isn't doing that anymore, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. So Null issue 1 is insane, laughing my ass off, not 3 pages in, and he ripped out someone's spine. I mean, I grew up watching people rip spinal cords out on Mortal Kombat, so I mean that checks. I remember back in the day when you like had to use a code to get blood for Mortal Kombat. Because if you didn't press in the right code, they didn't bleed. I grew up with Mortal Kombat 2, so I'm very yeah. Yes, Mortal Kombat definitely helped desensitize quite a few generations. he's definitely not expecting me to throw Onslaught on offense, I'm sure. So we'll see if this can possibly work out for me. Probably not going to work out well that I let him push me to the SP, or that I pushed him to the SP3, but that definitely helped. At least if I can avoid him long enough to watch him drop. Not great, but not bad. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, not good enough. If I'm reading correctly, Hella just described Null as being par on with Living Tribunal at the full power, which is a massive upgrade from being on par with Beyonder, I think. Not really. Not if you look at the full back of Null, and if you look at the fact that he is actually a carryover from a different dimension, similar to the way Galactus technically is as well. So viable. Very viable. As a matter of fact, you know, he was supposed to be the oh my god. Words elude me. He was supposed to be the Celestials like champion at one point, and instead of becoming a champion of the Celestials, he instead chopped the head of one of them off, which is where Nowhere comes from. So I could see that being very valid. So I haven't read anything recent, like I said. Did they retcon Hela into the MCU version of her, or is she still Loki's daughter, like she's supposed to be? I really need to get back into like actually collecting comics again and like catch up on some of the more current storylines. Not 100% sure how this one's going to go. Not good if I don't stop hitting into her light form. Wow. Okay, that didn't go good at all. That was complete crap. As far as I know, she is only the daughter of Loki in the actual. No. In Marvel Comics, for a very long time, she was the daughter of Loki. I grew up with her as the daughter of Loki, not just in Norse mythology, but in Marvel Comics. As a matter of fact, I can show you not only comics, but I can show you animated movies where she was still the daughter of Loki. Dementia Dreaming in the house. How's it going, my man? Tried to help your little cause there as much as I could. Definitely interested in some of the things you're doing there, brother. I'm just hoping you're doing them all for the right reasons. Doing Bud Brusky, and thank you for that. See how the chat goes this Saturday. Yeah, no, dude. I'm interested. We shall see how it goes. So, of course, bro, all part of the bigger. Oh no, I get it, man. I get it. We do what we do, and I understand. Like sometimes we got, and sometimes things don't make sense to others until they do. 100%. So I do get that. Like I said, just one of those things. Thinking about you, hoping that everything's done for the right reasons. So let's see. Oh, see, we haven't rated Bryce in a while. Is he still alive right now? Yeah, let's go over and raid Bryce. And then they ask you how. Exactly, man. They all gonna ask once it's too late, like, oh man, like, how'd you do that? Because you thought everything I was doing was crazy. So, remember how we started on Rumble and the quality of OS streamers was disappointing? Well, same with Kick, apart from a few. I gotta change that. Yeah, no, I've been thinking about going over to Kick myself, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about adding Kick and Twitch as my 2 additional streams. But we'll see how that goes. I haven't gotten there yet. So anyways, Bryce is over playing, and I thought we'd go over with a hashtag Wolfpack raid and catch up with him. Only thing is Kick is unfiltered. I mean, that's kind of good in a way. Twitch and Tube, yeah. I mean, I'm still like, I'm talking about a members only stream I'm doing a members only stream next weekend. Which, by the way, we'll do a shout out for that right now before we go. Where I am going to be doing, for anyone who is a member of the channel, feel free to come on in next Saturday. We're going to be doing live stream Battleground friendlies the entire time, and we're going to play copyrighted music, and then we're going to delete the stream as soon as it's over. So if you guys are interested, please come on in and hang out, especially for those who are members. If you're not, I apologize. Got to do something for the members once in a while. But like I said, guys, let's go over and raid Bryce and say hi to him with a Wolfpack raid. And like I said, we'll do that. We'll also do some promotional streams here very soon. I've got some content coming out. Yeah, DD, I'll definitely catch up with you very soon, brother. But for now, guys, I hope everybody has a great day, a great night, and pulls a God tier champion soon. And until then, I will see you guys back in the next one. I love you guys all. Peace out.